Okay. So continuing with the rear of the car, friends, we've got these taillight lenses that we took out, and as the paint dries on that bumper over there, you can see that which side was on the outside part of the car, because look at all the dirt here. So basically we're going to just wash these off, but a few things I want to point out here is that these mount into the back of the car, and you can see that they've got some putty on them and some washers. And so this gets extremely dry and old, so that'll be replaced. But again, so how this works is these are mounted on the tail light here with a washer, and then there's some caulk here, and this caulk goes here, so in between this washer and the tail light lens, essentially in the back of the car, so no water gets in to the back of the car. So we'll replace this putty when we put the lights back in, but for now we're just gonna, and I've already done it on this side, I take these washers off and the putty, and then I clean these washers, as well as then I'm going to clean these housings. These tail light lenses and housings we're going to take apart. We'll show you that later, because we're going to inspect everything, and then you know, there's gaskets. These are actually gaskets here, you can see, again, that seal against the back of the car. But look at how these are pretty bad, so I would not put these back in. So hopefully we're going to be able to get replacement gaskets here for here. And then the lens itself actually has a gasket that goes around here, and we're going to try to get new gaskets for that as well, and we'll replace all these gaskets once we put the car back together. Like I said, taking these washers off, and then we're just going to do an initial wash so we get them cleaned up so they're easier to handle. I mean, this one here is essentially not even there, and it looks like they tried to put some putty there. I'm pretty confident that we can get these gaskets online. See what happens when you try to not use a gasket and just use some caulk or something like that here. It's not going to work. This really failed. There's probably easier ways to do this, but soak them in something probably, but for now I'm just going to scrape them off and clean them the old-fashioned way, I guess. So now I'm getting these scraping off these old gaskets here.
Did you hear that?
What's that?
My stomach.
You hungry?
No, I just ate, but...
Oh. So it's not rocket science here, it's just elbow grease they call it. You just want to take your time, don't go too crazy on it, because I think this is pot metal, so it's fairly sturdy, but it's not that thick, so you don't want to get all ham bone on it. You just want to kind of run a putty knife around there, get it cleaned out on both sides. That way the new one will fit on there good and seal good. So basically I just got to repeat this 4 times for this lens and 4 times on the other one. Oh, there, see, you start to get the hang of it. You can do it in chunks. It's like anything, a little practice, you start to get to understand what it likes and what it doesn't like. Kind of likes me to chase it around that way. So again, I'm going to keep digging it out, get it all out of there. That way the new one can sit down in there. There's just a couple hoses to disconnect, one wire for the, gauge. I'll show you that, and then there's basically a couple straps that we'll have to loosen up. But we want to get this tank out of here so we can inspect it, look underneath it.